At Selhurst Park, Man United does not have the services of captain Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire. Coach Ten Hag can only rely on the centre-back pair of Johnny Evans and Casemiro. A weak squad from head to toe has become a punching bag for the home players to punch without regret. Even though Andre Onana tried his best, he still had to go into the net to pick up the ball 4 times. Even tickets to the European Cup next season have almost no chance of holding on because at this time they have been surpassed by both Newcastle and Chelsea. Immediately after the loss to Crystal Palace, the hashtag Ten Hag out increased dramatically on social networking sites, and bookmakers have long ranked Ten Hag at the top of the list of coaches with the highest risk of being fired. On live commentary, former Premier League players also believe that Ten Hag will soon be fired. "This is one of the most poorly coached teams in the Premier League," Carragher said on Sky Sports. "That is a fact. That is not an opinion. That is a fact. The numbers tell you that when you see them bottom of the league defensively, lower than Sheffield United." Man United legend Gary Neville is the gentlest person when believes that Ten Hag can stay in position in case Man United defeats Man City in the FA Cup final. Michael Owen said, "He cannot, simply cannot, manage this team next season. He's not good enough. I believe the future of the Man United manager is already determined. Even if they win the FA Cup, I think he's gone," said Alan Shearer. Opta statistics show that MU has the worst defense in nearly half a century. Specifically, Coach Ten Hag's Army conceding 81 goals in all competitions in the 2023-2024 season. Casemiro was the worst player on the MU side. The Brazilian midfielder was too slow against Crystal Palace players. Casemiro was passed 8 times in the match. This match. Notably, that number is more than the 6 times that William Saliba, the midfielder playing for Arsenal, has been passed over in 3,240 minutes in the Premier League this season. Goal commented on Casemiro, "It's difficult to see how he can have a United career after this. He was frequently targeted and gave Palace what they were looking for, chances galore." The Daily Mail wrote a satirical article, as Manchester United headed down the tunnel at Selhurst Park. Humbled and humiliated, the home fans were waiting for them. "You're fuck shit," they sang as the United players disappeared from view one by one. Visible among the hate mob, one young girl held up a placard requesting a shirt. That's United. Still a big draw wherever they go, and, yes, it's hard to argue right now, also rather shit. And that's what makes nights like these so uncomfortable. The Telegraph said, for Manchester United, a crumbling team led by a sinking manager, this was a night that provided so many snapshots of chaos that, by the end, it was hard to keep track of it all. Or we could begin with the United players. Disheveled and disinterested, and the individual moments that demonstrated how badly they were beaten. The image of Casemiro lying face first in the turf, for example, as younger men ran away from him, teammates, in a fruitless attempt to deflect from his own errors. As the squad left the pitch, though, Sky Sports cameras filmed Anthony, Mason Mount and Andre Onana leaving. Anthony appears animated as he spoke to Mount, covering his mouth and gesturing with his fingers. Carragher was left fuming as he shouted at the screen for the trio to get off the pitch, just get off the pitch. I mean, talking. Whispering behind your hand. Been absolutely awful. You're probably talking about one of the players or somebody else or the setup or the manager. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is certainly extremely angry, but wants to act more methodically. It is likely that a detailed plan is being prepared, and no matter what he says, Erik ten Hag is about to quit Old Trafford.